Hello everyone and welcome to another review. Today we have a review of a fragrance that was highly requested. It was requested for me in the summer and the beginning of this year. Never got around to doing it, but now I'm going to go ahead and review it, and it is Carner Barcelona's D600. Here's the fragrance. Here's the box of the fragrance. Very simple, just says Carner Barcelona D600. Opens up and the fragrance rests in there. This is the 50 milliliter. It comes in two sizes, 50 milliliters and 100 milliliters. This is the 50 milliliter bottle. It says Carner Barcelona, same thing, D600. Very simple bottle. The cap is wooden. Other than that, not really much else to tell. So the 50 milliliter is going to run you about $130, and the 100 milliliter is going to run you around $195. So a little bit of a pricey fragrance that we have here. The creator of the fragrance is Christopher Renaud. He is one of the people that is responsible for making 1 Million by Paco Rabanne. So, of note, he's done other fragrances, but they haven't really jumped and risen to the status, obviously, that 1 Million has. I mean, 1 Million is one of the most popular fragrances that is out, period. So, go figure. So, let's just dive right into the actual notes for this fragrance. For our top, we have black pepper, bergamot, and grapefruit. For a mid, cardamom, iris, and jasmine. And for our base, we have cedarwood, vanilla, and vetiver. So what you get when you spray this, or what I get, is a slightly powdery, slightly sweet, slightly spicy fragrance that kind of rests on a bed of cedar and vetiver. You're going to get iris. You're going to primarily get iris, that's cedar, and vanilla that is prominent throughout the fragrance, that is touched and kind of infused with spices from the cardamom and from the black pepper. So you can get a slightly spicy fragrance on top of that. The vanilla in this isn't really an ultra sweet type vanilla, but it is sweet enough that I classify it as slightly sweet. I mean, it depends on your skin, but some people get a little bit more sweetness than others from this fragrance. Now, if I was to compare this to any other fragrance, this has actually been mentioned quite a few times. This would be the niche version of Dior Homme or Dior Homme Intense. So if you smell Dior Homme, especially Dior Homme, think of that fragrance. Let's tone down the iris from that fragrance. Let's go ahead and add a softer vanilla to it. Let's sprinkle some spices in that same fragrance and give it a slightly citrusy opening to it, and that's what you get. That's D600 right there. So D600 is very much a fragrance that kind of goes with you, and depending on your skin type, especially since it has cardamom in it, depending on your skin type, you're going to get either a slightly spicy fragrance, or you might get even a little bit more of a spicy fragrance. So if you're not a fan of spicy fragrances, you may want to stay away from this one, or at least try it before you go out and buy it. Now, for sprays, I give this one anywhere between 2 and 3 sprays. Sometimes you can get away with 1 spray, which is usually what I do in the summer. This fragrance can be worn on any occasion, except for any occasion that is, I would say, physical activity. So I wouldn't wear it, going out and playing tennis, playing basketball, playing football, anything like that, or any sort of physical activity that you have. It doesn't really lend itself to that kind of occasion. So all other occasions I would say perfectly fine for, but stay away from that. Possibly even stay away from interview type scenarios with this fragrance. But other than that, you're in the clear. Wear it for any type of scenario. For season, the same thing goes. Any season you can wear. You can wear this one in the fall. You can wear this one in spring, summer, winter. You name it, you can wear it in. All that you really have to regulate is how many sprays that you actually add on it. It has a light enough feel that you can wear during the summer, as long as you don't overdo it, and it has a heavy enough feel that it can hold its own in that cold weather. So really a year-round fragrance, and it can even double as a signature fragrance easily. This is something that kind of has an air of sophistication to it, and at the same time it is almost playful. It kind of gives off the impression that the person who's wearing it is very confident in what they're doing. That pretty much sums it up. So here's what some people thought of the fragrance.
Yeah. Smells like baby powder. That's pretty much what brings to mind.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Yeah, it's like baby powder.
Flowery.
If you were to give it a letter grade, what would it be?
B, maybe?
This is good. I'll give it an A plus.
Hi, I'm smelling this new perfume. It tends to be, there's some vanilla in the scent, but it's definitely more, probably more feminine to masculine. I do smell a little of the alcohol, so I'm not that crazy about the smell myself. But maybe someone who likes vanilla, likes things that tend to be more sweeter, on the sweeter side, they might like this perfume.
Ratings wise?
Oh, rating wise, I think I'd give it a 3.
Okay.
So as you can see, the comments, sorry about the sound on the videos, but it was taped in a loud room, and yeah, sounds a little bit cagey. But the comments for this fragrance were good. It was flowery. It has vanilla. It's a slightly feminine, and it has a little bit of an alcohol feel to it. By the way, I had her smell the fragrance again after it had been a while on my skin, and she liked it a lot more. But she still kept with the fact that she thought that it was a slightly feminine fragrance, or more of a feminine route than a manly route. Now, overall, even from not just those people who actually smelled it in that video, but other people, feminine was a primary word that I got from it. Masculine was also another word that I got from it. I got very sweet. Some people picked up more florals than others. Some people got more of a powdery smell. Some people thought they smelled cocoa in it. There was another person who picked up on the cardamom in it. So wide ranging. It's really going to depend on what your nose is really acute to actually pick up in this fragrance. It's very well blended, very nice, and beautiful in that way. The ratings for it were A+, B, B-, and she gave it a 3, but I translated that to a C because she thought I meant 1 through 5 at first. So yes. So ratings were pretty decent, and overall this fragrance is pretty well liked among people who smelled it. There aren't many people who smelled it at all beforehand. So if you're looking for a signature fragrance or something that is very unique, I would definitely take a look in this direction, look at it, and this is definitely something that you can wear pretty much for any time around. Now, for onto ratings. For scent, I'm going to go ahead and give this one a B+. This is a scent that I very much like. It is very similar to a Dior Homme, but it takes its own direction. You can find similarities, but you'll also find a lot of differences for it. Scent is very pleasant, and overall, I do think it is a very good scent, B+. For projection, I'm going to go ahead and give this one a B+ as well. Projection and sillage, I'm combining those two now. Projection and sillage, it definitely projects across, and people who are about 5 feet away from you are definitely going to smell you. So this is not going to be something that is going to remain close to your skin. And even better is that it leaves a nice little scent trail behind you. So, when you leave or when you pass by people, they're definitely going to smell you, and they're going to know that you've been there. So it's fragrance that does well in the performance department. Longevity, it gets an A-. We're talking easily 12 to 24 hours, depending on your skin. I've had this last, it's been a little bit sketchy in terms of solid time lasting on my skin, but by sketchy I mean it's lasted anywhere between 14-ish hours and well over 24 hours. I haven't really pinpointed it out. It might be due to the fact that it was a little bit humid that day, but either way, this one will definitely last on your skin, and more importantly, it will continue to project. For uniqueness, I'm going to give this one a B. It's unique in its own right, but it does smell similar to Dior Homme. There's a reason why some people refer to it as the niche version of Dior Homme. It goes without reason, but still, it still has its own very unique take. And immediately upon smelling it my first time, I bought it. I thought that it was unique enough. I thought that it was a nice fragrance in its own route, and I wound up purchasing. Versatility, I'm going to go ahead and give this one an A. Again, any scenario that you can go ahead and wear, except stay away from the sports scenario, stay away from the scenarios where it might not be good to come off as, a little bit loud, or even for people to smell you, period. So, excluding that, it's extremely highly versatile. Any time of the year, you can wear this. For compliments, I'm going to give this one a B for compliments. Compliments were actually pretty good for this fragrance, despite what people actually said in the video. Compliments came a lot of times as you passed people. So they would smell, and then they would kind of turn around, look, and want to know who was that who passed by. So compliments, very good B, despite the fact. The only thing I would caution is there were some people who did think that it smelled feminine. So if you're a guy who's worried about the possibility of people thinking you smell feminine, you probably want to stay away from this one as well. And for overall, I'm going to go ahead and give this one an A-. I love this fragrance. I think this fragrance is an excellent addition if you're looking for a signature scent. It's a scent that is definitely unique in its own right, and people who smell this aren't going to have smelled this anywhere else or any sort of type of scent. I personally like the peppery vibe from it, I guess from it. I like fragrances that have pepper when it's done right. If pepper is overdone, then it kind of makes me a little bit nauseous, but this isn't the case in this fragrance. So a solid A-, definitely worth it, definitely worth its money in my opinion. So if you have any questions whatsoever, leave a message, contact me, do whatever you got to do. Thank you, take care of yourselves, and have a great day.